I think also you could add to this that the reason that you need the drink is because of the stress. You know, that this is difficult trying to play this role of dad. And the drink, that's why. So, you know, keep that in mind, that is sort of a through line of the scene, that, you know, you're trying your best to do something, like kind of like, almost like learning how to ride a bike. And, you know, her mother kind of knows this about you. So when you hear this kind of stuff, like an emergency cell phone and stuff like that, it really is sort of thrown in your face,
Like,
that you know, maybe you are as bad of a dad as you think you are. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Like the irony is not lost on me.
yeah, I mean, you know, you're sitting here saying, "What, you need an escape." Is that really how bad I am? And then there's that moment where it's like I am in a bar, and I'm an hour late, and so So as far as like emotions and objectives go, did you pick an emotion?
I picked impatience.
That's cool. And how about your objective?
I didn't pick one of those. But now that you're talking about it, I'm thinking maybe to figure it out. Maybe the father, no.
Well, I'm wondering if it's more having to do with sort of trying to stay calm, because you need the drink. You're kind of like, a side of you is wanting to kind of explode a little bit maybe, and you know, the whole difficult time of being a dad, yet also wanting to kind of party, and you know, that whole conflict that's going on inside of you, I think can also be kind of fun for us to watch and fun for you to play, as far as how do I deal with this? Like, I'm trying to do this, and then I'm trying to do this, and
Not show her I'm trying
to show her I'm not that. And another way to go could be impatience, and the objective being to pull this off. You know what I mean? Like, in other words, trying to not like get caught as being a failure. You know, don't be smooth.
Okay.
I want you to be really bad at this. It's an endearing quality. It makes you more, I like you more, because I see you struggling, kind of like trying to be this great dad, even though you're terrible. Because to me, I think that's part of the fun of the scene, is that he's not good at this, and he says things. Yeah, I'll have a da-da-da-da-da-da. And don't worry about it. They have fries here. They'll be fine.
Okay.
But like this kind of stuff, you need to be able to do, because it's going to separate you from the other actors. Because that is a really fun moment. Like, if you can just kind of say the line, "I'll have a thing and a twist," and make it a double. That's sort of trying new things out. That's not necessarily in the script. Experimenting around. Being inventive. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But what you did was you looked at her, and then you kind of took a moment and was like, make it a double, and it's not as funny. You didn't tie it into your daughter that
Yeah.
you need the drink. You almost restarted and then said, does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So do you see why the version I'm suggesting is funnier?
Yeah.
It's funny to see you as this sort of tall, towering man being ruled by her. The fact that she's making you drink. It's similar to, I was just actually talking in the scene before. It's like a mouse telling a lion where to go. And you going. You have this sort of gentle giant quality in this scene. But don't lose the giant either. Like, I don't want you to be a little boy. I want it to be like, almost like you're talking to her like she's a 50-year-old man. And that is the humor of it. Because he doesn't know how to do that. If you're good at it, it's not as funny. But if you talk to her like you're talking to some dude, that to me is pretty hysterical. So when she says to you, "And I'll have a bottle of water," what? What's that? Yeah, just bring her whatever water you got, okay? I don't even know what that is. Evian? Not refined. rough. Remember, what's so fun about the scene is she calls you out. So it's fun to see her call you out, but what's more fun to me is your reaction to it. So when she says to you, she was just here, then why aren't you getting any food? She has a point. Well, I'll just have some of your fries. Because you're lying, right? You don't need food, you need alcohol. So just go ahead and enjoy that suffering of, I don't know how to do this. You know? And little things like, when you walk in the room, Marcus, you're very intimidating, which can be awesome for your casting. Because if I have you dressed up in like really like rough and tough clothes and a Harley, you know, it looks dangerous. But if you walk in and you're kind of like this little puppy when you talk, it's going to be like, well, what is that? And they will not hire you if they are asking you to be a rough and tough guy.
Yeah.
So Don used to talk about casting and make sure that you know your casting. And one of your casting is the tough guy. Now, I think you can also play other things. It's not even to say that you are that way. I'm just saying you can play that. So keep it. Keep that quality and be dumbfounded in how to do this. So when she says, well, you didn't get any food, that wasn't supposed to happen. She's not supposed to be smart. So search for what to say. Well, I'll have some of your fries and I'll be fine.